Good morning, scholars. Today is Wednesday, May 6th, 2020. This week we've been working on our R-controlled words, and so let's do a quick review on those. Today we're going to see words that have ER, IR, and UR in them. Remember that each of these, even though they have different vowels, are still going to make the sound and in the word. Let's look at an example of what that'll look like. We often see ER at the end of the words, like in tiger, tiger, ger, So when we can think of other words that have that ER at the end, brother, sister, mother, father. ER usually happens at the end of words, and it says We can see IR in a word, usually in the middle, dirt. We can think of other words like bird, or what else has an IR in it? IR, bird. Let's do rhyming words. Curd? No. I'm going to come back and think about that one. Let's look at the word disturb. Has a UR in the middle of it, but it makes an sound. Disturb. We can think of other words that have disturb in it too, or excuse me, not disturb, a UR in it, like nurse. I thought another IR word, first. See how rhyming words help us? We also have to think though, this is where it gets tricky, because we have to think about what vowel do I see in it? What do I think, what's going to make the most sense? Because they all make the same sound, so we really have to stay looking at our words. In your word work today, you're going to take time to read out the words as you move them into the different categories. Pay attention to them, because that's the best way that we can know how something is spelled. When we read more, it's going to look normal to us, the way that it's spelled, because they're all spelled the same way. This week, we've also been focusing on action words, so let's take some time to think about what action verbs are. They're something that we can do. It's an actual action, so we know that it's something that someone is doing. So let's take a look at some of them. So when we're thinking about an action verb, one thing we can think about too is how we've thought about what nouns are. Nouns are people, places, and things, and so it's something that a people, place, or thing is doing or is. So think of run. Who could be running? I could be running. You could be running. My brother could be running. He could be running. She could be running. Run. And there's so many other ones, and this is just a short list, but we want to be thinking about what the action is actually doing. So picture the action in your head. Clean, dance, walk, cry, crawl, fight, laugh, ride, listen, read, write, think, cook, climb, drink. What do you think? What other verbs can you think of that you would be doing? What is something that we haven't seen yet? Well, what's something that you do when you wake up in the morning? You may brush your teeth. See how you're moving? You're doing something. After you brush your teeth, what might you do? Do you eat breakfast? Do you drink water? Those are all action verbs. As we go into our language arts work today, we're thinking about action verbs being the things that we do. So as you read a sentence, you're looking for what is being done in the sentence. Or it could be how someone feels. It might be something that talks about who someone is. So action verbs, though, are always something that we can picture in our head of somebody doing. You're also going to have some reading comprehension work today. Take time to really think about what you're reading. Remember our comprehension strategies. This week we're focusing on rereading. That means the first time I read something, I may not be able to get all of the information to be able to answer the questions. I might need to reread it. That means I have to read it again. Take time today. If you need to read 2 or 3 times, that's a strategy that helps us be able to be the best reader that we can when we need to answer questions about our text and understand it. All right, guys, have an awesome day of learning.